5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
Always good. We're going to go live. I'll call you on. All right. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Here we are live with Neve. It is 10 o'clock a.m. East Coast of North America. I'm looking out. The Atlantic Ocean is gorgeous today. It's about 70 degrees. New York's there in the distance. It's a little hazy today in the air, but nonetheless, we know it's there. And good morning, Deborah, Kim. Got people from down under. We got people from down south, down home. We got people from north by west, north by southwest. Who the hell? I don't know. They're coming from everywhere. It's like, God, I'm having a flashback now. Shit, I had to start now. I'm kidding you, people. All is well. The flashbacks have abated for now. I hope you're having a good weekend wherever you're doing and wherever you're doing. Let's see. Last week was Father's Day. There's a lot of wacky shit going on in the world. I got one story. Just a few things here we're going to get in. I have a great musical guest today. I have Frank Manzi. He is a Massachusetts native and excellent songwriter. Grown to be friends with him over the past 3 years of the show, 2.5 or so. Those of you who've been here from the beginning know his songwriting skill and the fun we've had with his dad, who's passed away, unfortunately. But he's great. He's got a great family. He's got great kids. His son's an artist, and we'll talk a little bit about that when he comes on. Again, 26%. This was a bipartisan study that was done with a pretty large sample size. 26% of people think that folks who sit on here and talk shit and tell you what you're supposed to think are full of it. I don't know. I say get all your news from me, then you'll be safe and sound, because we don't do news. All we do is music, fun, madness. Let's see. In other news, Deborah Norman, our friend, she's sitting here. Her daughter got robbed. Some asshole took her purse last night. This is in, I guess, Brisbane. Correct me if I'm wrong, Deb. I think that's where you're at. Morning, Tracy. Another person from down home, down south, down by Newport Richey. Gosh, I hear Newport Richey in the news the other night. Some crazy lunatic with a gun, but you know, that happens. It's Florida man. So yeah, it's a bummer about the purse getting snatched. That kind of thing goes on everywhere. For those of you who live in a state like I do, where, you know, like you can't really have guns and stuff, my only suggestion is keep a big ass can of wasp spray around. If you got the kind of people who show up like disgruntled ex-husbands, you got weird uncles or, you know, uncle daddy types who show up, just keep a can of wasp spray by the door. Good up to 25 feet. Shit'll stop them in their tracks. How do I know this, you ask me? Let's just say that I've lived a life in the rock and roll industry, and you learn things. People, they give you information that's privileged, that I'm here and you're lucky enough to watch a show that I pass it on to you. In other news here, the monkeypox. Yes, indeed. The monkeypox. We're hearing about it on the news. We're supposed to be terrified by it. I'm just going to tell you something, okay? I don't know many people who are out screwing around with monkeys. And if I did, I'd probably have to bring them on TV. We'd have to ask them what the hell is going on with that. I mean, really. Monkeypox, though, can be transmitted between humans, and it can be from, imagine this, bedding, towels, skin-to-skin contact, and now to get clinical with it all, anal sex. If you look at the numbers of people, I don't care what anybody does on the weekend, but this is for my gay friends out there. If you are a gay man and you do this, Of 900 cases in England right now, about 850 are directly linked to gay men who've been indulging in what they call high risk practices. So, if you're out there in that high risk group, you ought to be careful because it is spread by all kinds of things, saliva, and it's just creepy. Who the hell? This year is not. The past few years have been so screwed. I mean, we had COVID, which was bad enough. The whole economy's been fucked. We've had amazing political upheaval and craziness out of that. In fact, that's just too crazy, and the crazy still unfolds. So I'm not going to offend anybody by your political sensibilities, but it's just crazy. I mean, shit, it's crazier than Crazy Eddie selling stereos. But they are saying there's a vaccine available. And I'm going to go ahead and do my part. I'm going to get a few hundred doses of the monkey virus vaccine, and I'm going to auction them off to the highest bidder here on the Live with Neve show. We're gonna get ourselves. If you're feeling you got some problems with the monkey virus, we're going to be your go-to place. Okay, here's something moving on too. This is about podcasts, and I'm sorry, you guys, if you're watching. This is a little different show this morning because I'm giving you my own unique spin on the news. I was watching it last night. And I realized how bored the conventional newscasts are. They really frequently suck. So getting into other stuff, podcasts are big stuff. I'm really into it. And a few years ago, Joe Rogan got a shit pile of money to do basically the same thing I do, albeit probably a little better and more professionally. But the long and short of it is they gave him $80 million, if I'm not mistaken, which is a pretty good amount of coin. I mean, I can probably, I could call up Frank and say, look, man, I'm sending the chopper up, pick you up. We're going to Asbury Park, whatever. There's all kinds of possibilities with that kind of coin. The problem is Spotify, which is the largest, and this is a particular concern to musicians, they're the largest streaming service for musicians who are original acts, and they're not making any money, not making shit right now. It's really bad for the investors. It's bad for the artists whose whole life is kind of depending on it. As a result, I'm sorry, I'm checking my notes here. God, I hate it. When I do a show with notes, the only problem I have is I have to decipher my handwriting. So for those of you who are here, I'm going to go ahead and, where'd you go? This is always great when this happens. You got to go down here and hit this button. I don't know if y'all can see me still, but well, I can see you now. So I'm looking at some of the comments here, and I've been slack. It is Saturday down in Australia. Deborah's down there. Her and her daughter are out with a 9mm chasing down the guy who stole the purse. Actually, they don't. They probably have a big didgeridoo, which the only thing that's good for is chasing down a robber and beating the hell out of him with it. Because other than that, just sitting there, it's like or whatever. Maybe I'm confusing. No, that's it. It's the big stick that you blow in the end of it. You always see a couple of Grateful Dead fanatics sitting outside with a couple of buckets for drums, hanging out with their dog with a bandana. They're all looking so hip, and they're like, I feel like I'm going back to I'm like, come on, kids. We had to make our own trends in the 70s, make our own music. We didn't run around looking like nomads from the 60s who got time teleported to fucking New York. But I digress. I'm going to play a little tune here. Frank's sitting in the dressing room, the green room. He's like getting crazy back there. He's drinking liquor, and he's just tearing the place up. We're going to put that on shortly. But this is a cut he didn't know I was going to play. But whenever Frank comes on, he just gets to hang out, and we talk, and we screw around and play music. But it's always just him, not his band. So for a change, I've got some music here that I want to cue up, and it's from Frank playing with one of his bands. This guy is like the king of pop music, I'm telling you. He's got more moves than Michael Jackson. I'm telling you, this is going to be good. So stick around. I'm going to be right back if you can't see me.
Hey! You know the king doesn't like that. The king doesn't like that. You know the king doesn't like that. The king doesn't like that. How about a nice cup of coffee? Honey, your favorite with a picture and a retro. How about some love and wine, nice candle? What I'm asking too hard to handle. The king doesn't like that. The king doesn't like that. You know the king doesn't like that. The king doesn't like that. Let's spend a weekend round lake in the mountains, or a couple of days down Florida. I know you're tired and you want some sleep. Yeah, gonna turn on your TV. So the king doesn't like it. The king doesn't like it. The king doesn't like it. You can't invade me, territory. Is a tear falling from her eye, the one that can't be seen? Loyalty is all she knows. She is blind. The blindness she doesn't understand. Is it hope that trickles from her heart? Is it her that makes his home a family? A family, yes. A family,
All right, all right. All right, all right. You're live with Neve. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. And I don't know what in the hell is going on here, but good Lord have mercy. All right, that was Frank Manzi, and he was kicking ass. Now, if I can get this to stop, we're back to the point we're at. All right, everybody. My gosh, what happened?
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here.
back. It is like 10:16. We're about a minute behind today. And hell, man, let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend. All right, Franco.
What's up, my man?
Oh, it's beautiful down here. And it looks like where you're at, it's beautiful too. You're up there a stone's throw from the water.
Yeah.
What town are you in?
Charlestown, Rhode Island.
All right. The swanky days of the robber barons. What a town.
Blue Shutters Beach.
All right. Well, very nice. So what are you up to, man? You got a new song out. You got stuff going on. Tell me what's happening.
Yeah, a lot going on. You know, musically, we just did a family show this past Thursday night. So I have a band together with my brother, with my two sons, with my brother's niece. With my brother's daughter and son, my niece and nephew, and then we had three great musicians that played with us, and we played at Forest Park, which is the nicest park that I've ever seen in Springfield, Massachusetts. Yeah,
Very nice.
we had a great night.
All right. Well, I've spent some time in the Berkshires, man. I love it up there. I went to school, up there, and I was out in New Lebanon.
New Lebanon, okay.
Yeah, boarding school up there when I was a young man. And so I lived in Pittsfield. That was kind of my home base during the summer when I wasn't going to school and stuff. And I love it. Western Massachusetts is so great in the summertime.
Yeah.
Stockbridge and Lenox, and there's just so much music going on. And I'm sure it's still got to be similar, right?
Yeah, there's a great place that I love playing at. It's called Balderdash Cellars. It's a winery. But it's just a beautiful scenery out there. If you're playing outside, there's grapevines in back of you. They set you up down basically in a valley, and then you're playing up to like a 3-tier amphitheater.
Oh, nice.
And they have like all these red Adirondack chairs there. And every time I go there and it's a beautiful day, there's like 200 people out there, and they're having wine and enjoying the scenery and just waiting for the music to come on. And
oh, that's great.
Really nice. Yeah.
Nice, like a nice, happy, well lubricated audience, just sitting there having a great time. Beautiful people with their beautiful dogs. Can't get much better. I mean, really.
Yeah. That makes it a little easier,
Absolutely.
to play. Yeah.
So are you playing out with your band, your regular band, or are you primarily doing solo gigs still because of the whole COVID weirdness with gigs?
Yeah. There's not too many places that, unless you get into the festivals or a show like we did last Thursday,
right,
they're going to pay for full bands.
Right.
I take small gigs here and there, and then and then try to set up good, meaningful shows that we can do.
Festival circuit's always, to me, the best thing for guys like us.
Yeah,
make a little bit of money. It's not usually great money, but it's usually decent. And if you got enough of them in the summertime before COVID hit, it used to be pretty lucrative up. I know any place like the Berkshires, musically, there'd be all kinds of music outside, and like you say, in the parks and various, like the town business partnership will have a band every Friday for a month.
Right.
A good source.
It's good. Can't complain. And I keep busy during the day. I get into real estate a little bit, and I try to, I bought a house, I sold a house, I'm buying another house, and I'm fixing it up. So I'm pretty handy, and, and I teach. And so I keep busy, and I try to protect my music, and have fun with it,
Absolutely. Well, you have it down. I like a lot of your stuff. I've listened to a bunch of all the stuff that's on YouTube over the past couple of years. And tell me a little bit about your son briefly while we're talking. Pimp him to the masses around the world.
My son, Jake?
Yes, the one who's put out the record last year.
Yeah, so he put out a record. He also has 2 records coming out. So he just finished another solo record, and then he did like an old, kind of resembles old Everly Brothers type of stuff. So he got together with this guy named Ned King, and it's a project called King Manzi. And so that's going to be coming out really soon. I think they just got it mastered,
Mhm.
and they went out to Colorado and Las Vegas and shot a video for each one of the songs.
Very
So
nice.
that stuff is brewing and ready to come out.
Excellent.
So he's doing good. He just warmed up for NRBQ 2 nights, one in Holyoke, Mass, and then one in Brattleboro, Vermont.
You know what? NRBQ's been playing up there as long as I've been like in boarding school. I'm talking back in the 70s, mid 70s. They
Yeah.
played with everybody. It's
I'll tell you what, man, they are still, they couldn't, there's only one original member right now, Terry Adams on the piano.
right.
And the other guys that they got to play drums and guitar and bass, he couldn't have got any better guys, and
Really.
it's just, yeah, I mean, just the songs,
Mhm.
sound a little different with those guys, but they're still really good,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I like the Everly Brothers. Do you know that Waddy Wachtel and Warren Zevon used to them up in their touring band?
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, and there was a point where Don and Phil like hated each other and couldn't stand to work with each other. And it was like I've heard some interesting stories from people in that era who were there. And we have a lot of friends from the Warren Zevon Zcon Fest, which happened up in Hartford, Connecticut a couple of years ago. We were going to have more. It's like the 5th anniversary this year or last year, but COVID just totally screwed it up.
Yeah.
That's something we hope to revisit. So while we're sitting here yakking, you want to play a little music before we go to break, and then you come on and play a little bit in earnest?
Sure. I just finished up. We had a granddaughter, so
All right.
she's 1 year old, and I ended up writing a song. It's weird. I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning before I had to go to school, and I had this lick in my head. So this lick kind of woke me up, and then I got up and I was kind of humming it, and then I wrote most of these lyrics that you're about to hear that morning, and the whole thing was inspired by, my wife had basically four men in the house, and she never had a baby girl. So once my son had the girl, I was like, wow, she must be ecstatic, so
Right.
anyway.
Frank Manzi.
Hey baby, won't you come over here? She's got a lot of loving right there. Shoes in Norway, diaper and bag, food on the stove, baby, apron and bread. Up all night, maybe shake a little pie underneath the moon. Marshmallow sky in a land of the great unknown. Licking dishes with the overgrown. Love over here, love over there. Love, love, love everywhere. Hey baby, take a stroll around here. She's gonna take you everywhere. Down the forest park, up on swing. She's gonna show you everything. Love over here, love over there. Love, love, love everywhere.
Fuck. Unmute mic. You gotta unmute your mic. Your mic's muted.
Oh, it was off the whole time?
No, you were broadcasting great. I don't know what the hell was going on. That was disastrous. Well, I guess we don't want to go to a break now that we've got you back. I don't know what the hell happened to you, buddy. I just saw it go black, and I was waiting for somebody to say on the screen, he's gone. And then I started.
Did you guys hear the song?
I heard the first half. Why don't we take it again? Hell with having a break, man. We're going to have to just roll through. Frank Manzi, I'm very sorry, people. That was seriously screwed.
You know what? You know what's weird is I'm on my phone, so I know I saw that somebody was trying to call me, so maybe that screwed it up.
That's what it was. It dropped out. Now it explains it. Frank Manzi. Hello, Keith.
Hello there, girl. My name is Trash. Would you care to dance with me? That's right, my name is Trash. Would you polonaise with me? Ain't got a job from what the radio plays. Can't get a future nowadays. Ain't got no money to feed my cat. Would you mind a little dance with a boy named Trash? He's had enough of clean living, health insurance, television, hellbox new, shiny shoes. Could you do a little dance with a boy named Trash? You can dance, you can dance, you can dance with a boy named Trash. Now listen, honey, you made this cat's day, and I didn't know that you could hop that way. Thanks for the movement, baby. Thanks for the rap. Thank you for dancing with a boy named Trash. You can dance. You can dance. You can dance with a boy named Trash.
Nice tune. Very nice.
Thank you. So that came. One of my friends drew a character of a trash, a kid coming out of a trash can, you know, and so that's where that song came from.
Cool song. I like it. So what do you want to play next? I'm just going to let you play a little bit rather than, I could sit here and jabber about God knows almost anything, but you sound great this morning. Here he is, people.
I couldn't recognize you there underneath the flowering tree. But I heard you screaming in slow, soft whispers of grace. When I'm weary, when I'm blue, I sense my breath, I think of you. And all the things wish I forgot. When I said what I shouldn't I. In this world without a trace, you still reach to touch the good side of my face. Thought I heard you screaming in the slow, soft whispers of grace. As I fall turned so I could feel and face the love that I must lack. Well, I wasn't honest with myself. How could I be to you? I never put your love upon the shelf. Although I question my existence, 'cause I'm a man in need of love. But it never fit me like a glove. Well, I was damaged, I pursued, till my life had come unglued. And so I looked straight at the ground, with hopes to turn this mess around. In this world without a trace, you still reach to touch the good side of my face. Thought I heard you screaming in slow, soft whispers of grace. Whispers of grace. Soft whispers of grace. Whispers of grace. Want me to just do a concert here?
That's definitely one of my favorite tunes you do. Nice song.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what else? We're playing down. What are your favorite songs that you've written? You've written a bunch.
That's one of my newest ones that I really enjoy.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's so strange how songs come about. You know, you go through things, right, and then it's weird because I had written all these words, those words that you heard, and then I picked up the guitar, and that's the same melody and the same chords that just came out. It was really strange, you know. It doesn't always happen one way, but it never really happens that way. You know what I mean?
That's just one of those moments you say thanks.
Yeah,
wherever.
exactly.
I mean, you know, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, a lot of people don't write autobiographical stuff. I find it's good fodder for, you know, things of life are great. You know, it's such a expression of every emotion possible. If you can't express it with music, I mean, it's.
Yeah, and I think if it hits you, I think, you know, like if it hits me and I'm feeling a certain way about it, then
yeah,
probably hit somebody else too, you know?
Yep. It's not like throwing a dart and hitting the middle, because there's a lot of people that dart will hit and they'll just dig it. You know, you ever have something you really think is great and you play it for your friend in the band and they just really shit on your dream? They're like, what? Drummers shouldn't write songs. It's like, get somebody else to help you with it then, you know? I don't care.
Yeah, that's happened quite a bit, you know, but you learn. Those are stepping stones, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being a drummer, I always have to like lean on somebody in the band and help me with the bridge. And, you know, I know what my weaknesses are. You know, it comes from, if you don't know what you're weak at, you can't ask for help, you know? And
yeah,
I'm not one of those guys who has to do every damn thing. Hell, I'm not Prince. I'd like to be, but I mean, got too many great friends who play guitar way better than I'll ever play. They play bass way better than I do. And, you know?
Yeah.
Why bother? That old, it's like playing how much gear you get. You know, you have it the same way with just being a single or a duo. Being a drummer, you know, I've got it down to the electronic kit or a what do you call it? A cajon.
Yeah.
The magic box, as we like to call it. I always joke when my friend gave it to me, I just kind of looked at it. I was like, it's a box.
You know what I tried
Bigger
one
than a
time?
bread box. What do I do with it?
You know what I tried one time with my drummer Chris Ryan, who now lives in Tennessee. But we tried like a power duo, right? So
Right.
kind of like full chord acoustic stuff, you know, real punchy,
Driving.
full drums, you know. So it was just
Mhm.
the two of us, and it was really cool. I liked it.
I played with a guy here in town. I'm trying to think of his name now. Gosh, what was his name? And we kind of did that. We were playing like all these 80s and Nirvana songs and stuff, and I was beating the shit out of the conga. Actually, it's a djembe, and that box. I use the djembe because it's so loud. I'd use that as my kick drum. I'd use the cajon snare side as the snare, and then for fills and stuff, I'd either play it on the cajon or on the box.
Right.
Which I always feel like such a goob sitting there playing the box. I feel like I look somewhat like a dancing monkey when I do it. So I kind of make fun of myself when I do it.
Going like this,
I
right?
start banging it between my legs and doing this like roll thing like that.
Yeah.
It looks crazy on video, and it's just like, I think your drummer's got a problem. And,
Well, you're tall, right? Aren't you like 6'2"?
yeah, I'm pretty tall. I'm about 6 feet.
6 feet, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
sitting on that little box,
My
even
son,
on an electronic drum set, I look like the Jolly Green Giant sitting behind it. It's like it looks like one of those things the kids play in the living room.
Yeah.
Rock band. But you know, it's a lot easier to just carry it. If the club owner starts ragging about the volume, all you got to do is turn it down. I've got all that congas and all that crap. But you know, if I was out to do a gig with like your band, I'd love to play an acoustic kit. I'll bring my old Slingerland kit that kicks ass.
yeah. You know, my son played drums at that show, and he just started playing a full kit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
before he was on the cajon.
Mm-hmm.
But he bought a drum set, put it in his spare room, and he's been practicing. And he's got a mind, like very mathematical mind, and he knows patterns and knows how to.
Yeah, he's just like, he's playing drums quicker than a drug dealer's calculating grams and ounces, you know.
Yeah, and he's a CFO too, so he's a real math guy.
Got it. Yeah, he could probably play some amazing drums. You know, he'd be like some of those, you know, like the prog rock, the real exotic time signatures and stuff.
Yeah, what song did he do that he just totally understood it and nobody else did? I think it was a Johnny Cash song. I Hung My Head.
Yeah. Okay.
Sting did. I think Sting did it also. But it's just a weird time, you know.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
I have to listen to it now.
check it out because it's like, I don't know, 6'9" or whatever. I don't know what the hell.
You know what it is? A lot of those old songs by those guys have these weird, like little breaks, or the time signature's odd. They just made it work in the day. I don't know if they even knew what they were doing necessarily. Like, I don't know if they got up that morning and said, we're going to do this in 6/8, or the guy just get up and was sitting there grooving, or he heard Elvis, or, you know, Johnny rather, playing it.
Yeah.
Because I know.
Check out the Sting version of that because it's really good, and it doesn't sound like an accident. You know, it sounds like,
Oh yeah,
they
and
knew what
Sting
they were.
probably had Vinnie Colaiuta playing drums on it or something. He's just,
Yeah,
I mean, my favorite.
so good.
So fluid and just comes up with these riffs that I always like watching. He won't do a fill for like a half an hour, and then he'll just put down a humdinger. You go, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, I always remind myself of that. Make them wait for the fills. Play for the song. Listen to the vocalist. You know, as you get older, it's a lot more fun. You get more taste and stuff like that. They probably winged it. Hey, Deb, I don't know why my screen here. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh, now I can see. It's great having a new workstation to be able to do the show. I can't tell you. It's like things don't go nearly as awry. Although I better not say that. So what do you want to play?
All right, let me play another one. Let's see. Let's try this one. This is a song about one of my friends wrote the lyrics to this, and I wrote the music and the melody and stuff. This is called what's it called? I'll tell you when I get into the song.
Okay.
Was a cigarette sunrise morning. Michael left Virginia. Rode his Harley Davidson till the rain pushed him inside. Waited out the dark clouds in a rundown roadside diner, listening to the black men telling stories of their lives. Michael took their memories, and when the sky cleared, he headed south. He had stories of his own. He was still trying to work out. Somewhere back home, a girl was waiting, like there always is. Her heart was like a shipwrecked stranded, calling out to him. Michael, row your boat ashore. I hardly see you anymore. I've forgotten what it's like just to talk to you. Michael, row your boat ashore. You can't be drifting anymore. All I want is just a little time from you. A little time from you. Michael stood atop Kill Devil Hills with his arms stretched open wide. Combed his hair and leaned back his head, and he dreamed that he could fly. Michael let his Justin settle at the water's edge. He dreamed he could see sunsets in his smiling Irish eyes, and he heard her calling out to him again. Michael, row your boat ashore. I hardly see you anymore. I've forgotten what it's like just to talk to you. Michael, row your boat ashore. You can't be drifting anymore. All I want is just a little time from you. Michael, row your boat ashore. You can't be drifting anymore. All I want is just a little time from you. A little time from you. A little time from you. A little time from you.
There we go. Nice tune, man. Just gets better and better and better.
I woke up not too long ago, so my voice is like.
Yeah, it's just coming together, man. But you sound great. You're warming up very nicely, man. You got a
Thank
great voice, mate. So, why don't you play us like an old tune, like one of your old pop tunes? You got a couple of real nuggets in there. You have to see this, ladies. The guy was like Mr. Pop Star. We're just all getting a little old.
Are you talking about like a cover pop song?
Oh no, like one of your tunes you played, like that band I just.
Yeah. Her eyes were the color of a Forest Park summer just before a driving rain. I remember turning my head round fast when I heard her best friend call out her name. She said, Sheila, where are you going tonight? Do you think that maybe we could have some fun? Sheila, where are you going tonight? You know, I feel like it's already been done. I pulled up slowly at the lights, Said, Sheila, do you wanna go for a ride? Something about these four-star nights, I don't wanna lose this feeling inside. So Sheila, where are you going tonight? Do you think that maybe we could have some fun? Sheila, where are you going tonight? You know I feel like it's already been done. Oh, ooh, oh. It's been a few years since I've had a fast car. I traded it in for a steadier life. And I know I never would have made it this far if I kept leaning on the wrong end of the night. But sometimes at night, when the wind's just right, I could hear the thunder coming over the tree. I remember once that there once was a time I was just a little boy king. Sheila, where are you going tonight? Do you think that maybe we could have some fun? Sheila, where are you going tonight? No, I feel like it's already been done. Yeah, Sheila, where are you going tonight? Do you think that maybe we could have some fun? Sheila, where are you going tonight? You know I feel like it's already been done. Oh, ooh. I'm losing my voice. I can't hear you.
Definitely made me want to get the conga out.
Yeah,
Definitely, really
that has a groove to it, you know.
definitely.
Let me play this one. You might be a diamond in the rough. You might be ready in love, but it don't matter to me as long as I can see there's a space in between where you are and where you wanna be. Baby, baby, be my gypsy sweetheart, be my own little secret. Maybe we could be happy when we're together now. It would last forever. You might think I'm just looking for a touch, but I may drink just a little too much. But when I saw you standing there, my heart and soul stood still. You're all I ever need right now, all I ever will. Baby, baby, be my gypsy sweetheart, be my own little secret. Maybe we could be happy when we're together now. It would last forever. Ooh, oh, yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah. Now you might be a diamond in the rough. You might be ready in love, but it don't matter to me as long as I can see there's a space in between where you are and where you wanna be. Baby, baby, be my gypsy sweetheart, be my own little secret. Maybe we could be happy when we're together now. It would last.
Pardon, our guest was answering the phone. Unmute the phone. Your mic's off.
Whoa, yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Gypsy sweetheart.
Where'd I go? There he is.
I'm having some fun.
I know, I'm having fun. You know, the phone rings, and I'm like, oh, yes, Mr. Manzi's manservant. All right. Well, we got about 10 more minutes. So what would you like to play to kind of ride out of here? Oh, there he goes. He's gone. Holy shit. He's been dragged into the eternal vortex. There you are.
Yeah.
I think
Sorry.
somebody rang you again.
I've been getting like,
It never fails.
I never get called, and I got like 15 calls during this show.
It's because you're on the Live with Neve show, of course. Now he's gone again. There he is.
Sorry, man.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens. It's all right. Don't worry about it. You're getting
So
red in the face.
Where is everybody from that's on with you right now?
Well, I'm going to look down this list. We've got the lovely and talented Gina from Los Angeles.
Hi, Gina.
We have the croc hunting wild woman of Wango, Deborah Norman from down in Australia. She lives in a place with all the bitey things.
All right.
Brisbane, excuse me. There we go. Brisbane. How do you say it right, I wonder? I don't know how to talk like an Aussie. They got the best accents, like a mile wide. We're going to go get some beer now and get all fucked up and chase some wallabies. Fucking run them down with the rover. Fucking then I'll go fuck a croc, go home and drink 60 quarts of fucking beer.
Oh,
I don't know if I'll cut it or not. Come to Australia. I'd love to come to Australia. Sounds like a place to fucking have a good time. I'll tell you what. I've met some crazy Australians. Wild bunch they are. Deb's going to teach me how to wrestle with the crocs. I have actually, in my long list of many things accomplished, actually held an alligator. I didn't really wrestle it per se, but a friend of mine did an Indian show in Florida at St. Pete at the Sunken Gardens. He had about 10 listless looking alligators that were in the tank who'd done the show 3 or 4 times a day for years, as long as they live. They know that when a guy in a big macho guy with the hat, looks like, you know, Jim from Marlon Perkins, got the khakis on, and he's sitting out there, and he drags the gator out by the tail. They're like all clustered in the corner, and they're like sitting there thinking, if they think at all, they're going, is that bastard going to drag me out today, or is it the guy next to me? Like they're probably all trying to get on the other side of the tank. So he drags this rather listless looking alligator out. It's hot as shit. Picks it up, and he walks around and he shows it to the kids and the girls, and the thing just sort of hangs out there. You know, it looks exciting. The kids are screaming. They go up and pet it. And they're all freaking out. Then he goes, he lets it go, and it just kind of like, it doesn't even break a sweat. Like it just cruises. He sort of saunters back to the spot. So after the show was over, a couple of us worked at the aquarium where he also worked. We decided he's going to give us that exercise on how to wrestle an alligator. So I did just what I told you. Kind of went up to it. Scared shitless, I will tell you. But I just grabbed it by the tail, and I basically mimicked him. I walked back out with him and kind of snatched him up and held it for a second. They stink like ass. Horrible smelling thing. And I tossed it back down. And it was just kind of like, okay, well, it's like jumping out of a plane or any other, you know, thing you kind of aspire to maybe do. And then sometimes you realize afterwards, maybe I really need to do this, but I did it anyway. So,
well, yeah, we do things like that. But I think I'm too afraid of shit like that, you know?
Oh man, you've been up in Massachusetts too long. I can hear the Aussie. Oh, come on, mate. He's just 12 feet long. You fuck. What are you, a pussy? Come on, he's just a baby. I'll show you. You know, the guy jumps in the water with a crocodile. I'm sorry, I agree with you there. I'm like, you show me how to do it, because if not, I'm going to videotape this like all the other assholes in the world. You ever notice that? It can be the most horrible things happening, like on the subway, and there's nothing but a bunch of D-bags standing there videotaping this shit. If I saw I watched some of this stuff and I'm like, man, I think I would like take my cell phone, leap over and batter the guy to the floor like a fucking floor tom getting smacked. I saw this the other day, some goob harassing some chick. I was like, what a bunch of douchebags. I could see like grown men standing there allowing this goof to like harass this woman. Grabbed her by the hair. Would have been like, they'd have had to take him in and go, we're going to embed, he's got an Apple 12 Plus embedded in his forehead. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like this. The emergency room will be taking pictures for their book of party favorites, you know?
Crazy.
But I digress, man. It's always great to have you on, man. You know,
Same here. I was just, you know, we talked about it earlier. This is the same place where I first listened to your show the first time you were doing it. And man, was it a mess.
Oh, wait a minute. You were here on the very first show with Mrs. Zivan, Crystal?
I don't know if it was Mrs. Zivan. It might have been, but
that show was like the worst. I was so excited to get her to come on, and I thought I had everything right. It just went to total shit. I ended up doing half of it with a cell phone, aiming at the screen of my computer. I couldn't get everything to kind of sync. But now look at my lofty heights, making millions, just living the life. Millions of followers who hang on my every word.
Yeah, so you've come a long way, and I give you a lot of credit, and thank you very much for doing what you do, you know?
Well, man, it's fun, you know. I wouldn't get to hang around with all the cool kids otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just a drummer, you know, I beat on stuff and make a lot of bad jokes. But you know, I thought when I quit drinking, perhaps I would get a little less boisterous when I go out and play or gig. And it's even worse because now I'm like totally off my chain. There's no sedation going on, you know. It's like I love it. I'm 60 years old. I still jump over a drum set, man. I won't miss. Land right behind the drum or the guitar player. It scared the shit out of him. It's a classic Neely move from when I was younger. Although I will tell you, it took a few years to perfect it. There was one time my sound man was just like this because I dragged the whole drum set off of the riser into the front. And they were just laughing. Everybody thought it was great. I was like so beat up afterwards. Even at 23, I was just like, oh, I was a young guy and it kicked my ass that time. But
we were doing a show out in Ellsworth, Maine, a long time ago. This was when we were probably like 20, 25 years old, you know. And our drummer, we were on a stage that was about 4 foot high, and our drummer was right at the back edge of the stage, you know, and there was a curtain, but really there was nothing, no railing or anything, right? So he's playing, and the whole time his seat, as he's playing, is inching its way back over the edge. So we're playing a song, and we're looking forward, playing to the crowd, and
oh no,
there's no drums, right? So we're like, what happened? You know, fell off the back of the stage.
That reminds me of a gig where if that had happened to me, it would have been catastrophic. In St. Pete, Florida, they used to have this upside down pyramid at the end of the pier. It was called the St. Pete Pier, interestingly enough. And there was a restaurant on the top floor called Cha Cha Coconuts. And I remember when we used to play there, this building is 6 or 7 stories high, literally an inverted pyramid, upside down. You're up on the flat roof. There's a wall about 4 feet, but I'm up on a riser that's like 4 feet high. The stage is just lower than the safety rail at the top of the brick wall. And I'm on this, and I kept looking back, and it was just freaking me out. Because I know, I mean, that could happen. The only thing is I would have been lucky if I just fell between the concrete and the stage. At least then I would have only had a broken spine and been like Stephen Hawking the rest of my life, you know?
Yeah.
But hello, this is the Live with Neve show. Now that we've pissed off all the Stephen Hawking fans, I don't know how this guy can think this is funny. I'm sorry. This is why we get the ratings, man. At any rate, let's see. We got I think you know what we've gone over. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, man. You're always a hoot. My best to your family, and
Thank you.
got to get together one of these times. You know, you're always welcome here at the shore, and maybe I just got to find you a gig down here so you have a good reason to come.
Yeah, I might be playing down there. There's a couple guys down there that are. I actually played down there on Point Pleasant Beach.
Okay, yeah, not far from me. A little farther south.
And that they called me back up, and they're trying to work on something, you know. So
okay,
I'll let you know when that happens.
Keep me abreast. If you need a drummer, I'm always around to get down here.
Thank you very much, Neil. I appreciate it.
Okay, buddy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, everybody. All right. We're gonna get out of here. I appreciate everybody watching. Yeah, it's closing time. Time to head to the men's room and stagger on into the night. Closing time. Where are the brands when you need them? Bye-bye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.